Good day, everybody, and welcome to the show. I'm Jason Salas, and we get our show started with news about the Governor and Lieutenant Governor's third Island Beautification Day. Nick Lee, my buddy from the Guam EPA, is here, and we are talking about, Nick, what makes littering on Guam in all of its forms so very dangerous to the environment?
Well, you know, the thing we talk about really is the potential damage it can do to the northern aquifer. So, you know, the geology up north is very fragile, and when you introduce you know, pollutants that you would find in illegally dumped material, the chance for seepage into the aquifer, into the water lens is magnified. Then you also run the risk of a potential fire, and that further compounds the issues where you could contaminate you know, our main source of water on the island. And
you bring that up, of course, because the third Island Beautification Day is up in Dededo.
That's correct.
And having grown up in Dededo, I know for a fact, and embarrassingly so, that, you know, up here we've got a lot of people that dispose, you know, entire washing machines, refrigerators, you know, the outside freezers, junked cars, you know, the big pieces of metal, so you get things like rust and corrosion and, you know, tubes with all sorts of gunk in them and everything like that. When you've got that kind of material seeping into the ground, getting into the water, like you said, and everything like that, obviously it's not good. But, you know, what damaging effects does that have?
Well, you know, that's not safe for human consumption, obviously. That's one of the issues. You know, you're exposed to this water, whether you're consuming it or you're showering it. So those types of chemicals, especially when you look at appliances or even junk cars where hazardous material isn't properly drained from the units, still exists in the units, then there's a potential risk for seepage. And part of the problem is, you know, the water lens exists in some parts in the north as shallow as 15 to 20 feet. So that's not a lot of area for that for contaminants to pollute the water, right? 3 weeks ago, we did a site assessment with the Dededo mayor and some of the other of our other partners with the Basti Basula, and you know, we did find your white goods. We also found a huge amount of construction debris as well, on top of your municipal household trash.
And now you're talking about, you know, rotting wood, possibly termites, possibly maggots, right? People dumping, you know, discarded, you know, Pampers, you know, and you've got human waste in there.
Yes, in fact, the first site we visited, the smell was unbearable to say the least, you know, depending on the way the wind was blowing. But those things really shouldn't be in those areas. They shouldn't be anywhere, as a matter of fact. But, you know, we're looking at 3 GWA production well sites. And, you know, that's part of the problem is it exists so the dumping exists so close to these well sites. Right?
Okay, now we don't want to scare anybody away. I mean, these are some of the concerns. We're not like quoting everything verbatim right here, but we do want to invite everybody. It's Talan Lamasu near Ironwood Estates. That's up in Dededo. Showtime is at 6:30 a.m. There's going to be like a little bit of a briefing. You'll actually get to interact with the Lieutenant Governor, and then work begins at 7.
That's correct. I do know that gloves, bags will be provided on site. If you have some of your own that you'd like to bring and use, that's welcome. I know there's also a waiver for your participation that needs to be submitted. You know, they also suggest you wear some sunscreen and protective clothing. That way, you know, you can have a, you know, better experience while you're cleaning up.
And I have heard, I mean, you can maybe quote me on this, kids out there, but even though we're in the summer months right now, if you do this with a group of your friends, some schools might actually count this as service learning once the school starts and everything. So this is a great way to go out. You not only help your environment, serve your community, but also get service learning points for school.
It's win-win for everybody.
All right, outstanding. Right? So you can find more information on the Governor's Facebook page, right?
That's correct. And you can also call 475-8379 or 475-8385.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very well. Next.
Right.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right. Please stay tuned, everybody. We are back after this.